Are you ready to make mitten cookies that look like they came straight out of a bakery? Stick with me, and I'll show you a decorating technique that's not only super easy, but will also make your cookies the highlight of any holiday celebration. These adorable chocolate gingerbread mitten cookies are festive, fun, and surprisingly simple to create. Let's dive into my step-by-step process. First things first, I always bake my pale gingerbread cookies ahead of time and let them cool completely. And yes, I have a video recipe for these cookies, because who doesn't want cookies that look this good and taste amazing? Spoiler alert, they are easier to make than you think. If you're curious about how to make these delicious cookies, I have a video recipe for pale gingerbread cookies you can check out. These cookies are small, single-bite treats, perfect for snacking or gifting. Prepping them in advance is my go-to holiday hack. It keeps things organized and makes the whole process stress-free. Fun fact, I like to label the bags with the type of cookie and the date I baked them before popping them in the freezer. It keeps everything super tidy and easy to grab when I'm ready to decorate. Today, I pulled out a batch of about 50 cookies to decorate. That's a double batch, and it's perfect if you want to tackle a larger project or have plenty of cookies for gifting. By the time I get everything else prepped, they're perfectly thawed and ready to go. Next, I set up my decorating station. I use one piping bag filled with white royal icing for precise lines. Here's a little secret. I always lay down parchment paper under my piping bag to catch any icing spills. It makes cleanup so much easier. Plus, I organize my tools and sprinkles in small trays so I'm not scrambling mid-project. Keeping everything within arm's reach is a total game changer. By the way, if you're new to royal icing or want to learn how to make it, I've got a video that walks you through the process step by step. It's super easy, and once you've mastered it, you'll be decorating like a pro in no time. Here's a tip. Leftover royal icing can be stored in an airtight container in the refrigerator for up to 2 weeks. Before storing, I transfer the leftover icing into a new piping bag and then place it in the airtight container. Just give it a good stir or massage the bag before using it again to make sure the consistency is smooth and ready to pipe. This way, you're always prepared for your next decorating session without wasting any icing. Now it's time for the fun part, decorating. I start by outlining the mitten shape with royal icing to create a clean frame. Then comes the snowflake design in the center. It's just a few straight lines with tiny branches added for detail. The best part? Snowflakes are naturally unique, so there's no pressure for perfection. Every mitten has its own personality. To finish the mitten, I add a zigzag cuff design at the bottom. It's such a simple touch, but it gives the cookie that cozy, handmade vibe. Feeling extra festive, sprinkle some sugar crystals or sprinkles on the cuff for a little sparkle. It's the holidays after all. I hope you're loving the process of decorating these adorable mitten cookies. If you're enjoying this recipe, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell for more festive baking fun. Do you have a favorite holiday cookie recipe? Share it with me in the comments below. Let's keep the holiday baking magic alive. Here on my channel, I combine my love for baking and photography to inspire you with recipes that are as beautiful as they are delicious. Thanks for joining me. Happy decorating! Have you ever stopped to think about how the holidays can sneak attack your wallet? One minute you're picking up a little something for your kid's teacher, and before you know it, you've spent $1,000 on gifts for family, friends, coaches, neighbors, and maybe even the UPS driver. It's madness. That's why I fully embrace the magic of homemade gifts, specifically cookies. They're sweet, thoughtful, and so much easier on the budget. Plus, let's be real, who's going to say no to cookies? Here's my little holiday hack. I like to hand out my homemade cookie boxes during the first week of December. It's perfect timing because it kicks off the festive season before everyone's overloaded with candy canes and fruitcakes. A box of beautifully decorated cookies just says, I care, in the most delicious way possible. So, now I've got to ask, what are your gift-giving traditions? Do you go all out, DIY it, or have a unique twist? Share your ideas in the comments below. I can't wait to hear all about them. And hey, if you want some budget-friendly tips for packaging cookies, don't miss my next video. Let's spread that holiday cheer together. Once all the decorating is done, the hardest part begins, letting the cookies dry completely. Seriously, it's like watching paint dry, but way more rewarding, because at the end, you get cookies. Depending on the humidity, this can take 2 to 4 hours. I know, waiting feels like forever, but trust me, it's worth it. Once they're dry, you'll have gorgeous, smudge-free cookies that look like they came from a boutique bakery. Here's something to keep in mind. The more icing you use, the longer it will take to dry. For example, flooded cookies with thick layers of icing can take up to 48 hours to fully dry. If you're planning to stack or package your cookies, make sure to give them plenty of time to set completely to avoid smudges or sticking. And that's it. Adorable, cozy mitten cookies that are perfect for gifting, cookie exchanges, or adding a festive touch to your holiday dessert table. These cookies aren't just tasty, they're a little piece of edible art that everyone will love. If you give this a try, let me know how your cookies turn out. Share your creations in the comments or tag me on social media. I'd love to see how creative you get with your designs. Before you go, make sure to check out my next video where I share all my tips for packaging cookies beautifully on a budget. It's the perfect way to turn your homemade treats into thoughtful, festive gifts. Until next time, happy decorating and enjoy the holiday baking magic.